For me, the best thing about SEO is experimenting. It makes it fun, it makes it fresh, it makes it more of a competition because I know that all my competitors are experimenting as well. And that's what I'm going to show you in this video. I'm going to show you a website that we created as an experiment. The purpose of the website was to create AI content strictly, and let's see how fast it ranks. And as you can see with the graph, it ranks pretty darn fast. So I'll show you how we've done that. I'll give you kind of the cost basis of every article, how much it costs, how fast we can do it, and then maybe more importantly, what we're going to do to improve this process. So let's jump into it. So first things first, let's take a tour of the website. As you can see, the logo, it's kind of cool. I actually used DALL-E 2. So that's an OpenAI product to create that bonsai looking thing. So it's unique. It's the same font that I use on YouTube videos. But here's the front. So the website is all about bonsai, but I'm doing something tricky where I want to kind of pivot away from bonsai, which we're going to go into later in this video. But as you can see, let's just look at a typical post. We have, author name over here. We have featured images. We have YouTube. Let's look at the header structure, their heading structure rather. As you can see, pretty big articles, right? It's not small at all. H2s down to H3s. Big, but guess what? All of this is via AI, right? I'm going to show you how to do this fairly easily with the tools that we've developed. And then we have frequently asked questions, which are imported manually. Now, it's really important to note, I neglected a lot of things that we often talk about. I don't have any EEAT on the website. I have a fictitious person up there just as a placeholder. The menus kind of stink because here's the basis of all that. I'm a very content heavy SEO. I believe, and this is hard to argue, that Google ranks websites based upon the content. All of the other stuff, the UI, the UX, the page speed, is secondary to the actual words on the page. But don't get me wrong, I think those things are important. They're very important, right? But for this experiment, I'm trying to push out as much AI content as fast as possible, and let's see how we get it to rank. And I think that's a perfect way to do an experiment. You have to isolate one parameter at a time. I can't do this on clients' websites. It's very hard, right? I can do it on mine. And as I do it on mine and we learn through this channel together, I'm able and you are able to have a better product for yourself. I'm able to have a better product for my clients. So let's look at the stats. Let's look at the traffic of this website. Let's learn from that. And I'll show you the processes next. So Google Search Console would say in the last 3 months, we've had 553 clicks, but in reality, it's since April 8th, I'd say. And daily, the website seems to be pushing about 55. I mean, if we can maintain that, but it looks like it's an upward trajectory. If we look behind the scenes at the different posts, right, we can go through what this website actually has on it. We have, how much is that? 77 published posts, of which most were published. You can look at the dates here, 5/10. I mean, this video is taken in 5/16. So we systematically pushed out posts one at a time. But there's a secret to this website. I'm going to get into the secret later, but let's keep going with it. So while we're here, I might as well give you a behind the scenes tour of the website. You'd be surprised at how simple websites can be. You don't need a million plugins. We have Astra Pro. We have Elementor, which is not my favorite. I prefer Gutenberg. And we have Yoast SEO. I can probably get rid of a couple of these. But there's a reason, and it's partially due to the secret of this website, which I'll get into later, why I used Elementor on this. So in this next portion, let's go over exactly how we are creating these blog posts. The cost basis, it's less than $3 per blog post. It's incredible. But how do we do that? How do we do it quickly? How do we scale it? We have multiple websites. We have clients we do this with. How do we do it? So first, it starts with a very simple Excel spreadsheet. You do not have to get overly complicated with this. Look, it just informs us when is it a live article, publish date, interlinking done. So we do interlinking on every article based in a very methodical way. But this is not the typical structure you've seen in my other videos. And there's a reason for that. This is merely, let's write this article with this keyword and let's roll with it. There's no hub, none of that. And there's a very specific purpose. And I'm going to show you, we used on every single article on this website. And as we looked, it's working. The pages that are ranking are down here, as you can see. Bougainvillea bonsai care is #1. But every article was made with the quick article workflow. Right now, it's free to use. It will go behind a paywall shortly. But every masterclass member will have lifetime access to this, as well as what I'm going to show you later in this video, which is going to improve this process a huge way. But nonetheless, you type your keyword in here. I just grab it from here, how to grow bonsai from seed or what have you. Click your style, your article length, and hit create article. and you wait a minute, 2 minutes, and then it spits out. We can find this article. We might as well find it. Grow. It'll be a variant of it, but let's look here. Growing bonsai trees, indoor care guide. Let's see. Seed might be it. Let's see if we can find it. Here it is. Let's view it. How to grow bonsai from seed. The art and science of growing your own bonsai. And this here is from Quick Article Workflow, right? Choosing the right seeds. I think is that an avocado? But nonetheless, big article, germinating bonsai seeds, different methods for germinating, step-by-step guide, tips and tricks. Very nice. When we come down to the bottom here, we'll keep on going. These are huge articles, by the way, which really helps get our word count up for different ranking for different keywords. This here is imported in a very specific manner. I'm going to teach you how to do this next. So the tool doesn't do frequently asked questions because I like to do it manually, and this is how we do it. Once we're in ChatGPT, we ask, please reword these questions. The reason is I don't want to have the same exact people also ask. Like, you can, and I've had success with it, but I'd like it to feel more natural. So how do we reword? How long does it take to grow a bonsai seed from tree? What is the typical duration for a bonsai tree to grow from a seed? It means the same thing, but at least I'm not keyword stuffing. I'm trying to game the system. Maybe there comes a time when Google sees you all have been trying to game the system with people also asks and penalizes. I mean, that's a pie in the sky idea. I get that. Don't come down on me for that, but I'm just being overly cautious and I'm rewording these. And what we do here is say answer each of these in a concise manner with few words, something like that. You can figure out your own. So that's not good enough. So I'd say answer each of these in 3 sentences. And let's just see. So there's a character limit. We like to stick below 300 characters with frequently asked questions to hopefully win snippets. But nonetheless, that's what we do to combine. We use Quick Article Workflow, which, by the way, okay, it's done. We can look down here. This is what an article looks like. You can merely copy and paste this. It's huge, humongous. It's probably 3,000-4,000 words. But like I said, this is our current process, which is improving. It's improving greatly. In fact, I think it's multiples better than what we're doing now. But as you can see, this took probably 2-3 minutes. Probably cost me 10 cents to write this. You push it over here. You can grab some licensed imagery, do good alt text, and then you can do some interlinking down here. How to grow bonsai trees, bougainvillea pathogen warning guide. And quite frankly, the interlinking with this is just based on the proximity of each article next to each other right now. It's not very methodical. I could get way more, which I intend to if this website continues to show promise, but I just want links throughout. I just want every article to be linked. Before we move on, I think it's important to note this video here, right, has 42,000 views right now. How to create 40 affiliate blog posts in 1 hour. It is based upon this tool here. You can do multiple instances of that. All you have to do is just open a new tab and have the URL open. You can do 5, 10 blog posts at one time. You can speed up this process in a really, really large way. Now, this is where things start to get fun. This is the custom article workflow. This thing is insane. The more I work with it, the more I'm impressed. I know we made it, right? I didn't make it. I'm not a dev, but I have a great dev team behind me. Awesome, awesome devs, right? This thing, the implications, it looks so simple because here's the deal. We've always tried to make things look as simple with the most complex output as possible. The idea here is simple input, complex SEO optimized output. I don't like widgets. I don't like tools that are overly complicated. In fact, I won't use them. I'm not going to name them. I mean, I think they're great. I think some people love them, but I don't use them because I want to go fast and I want 80-20. I want to go back in and edit a little bit. I want a great article. So this is what we're going to use. This is how we're going to change the game. So let's say on Bonsai Mary, I wanted to now shift gears, right? Which I do. On Bonsai Mary, it's all about bonsai now, but I want to talk about indoor plant guides because there's such an opportunity. If you look at keyword research, which in the masterclass, there's a lot on keyword, there's hours of keyword research in the masterclass. In fact, I think it's the most important thing to do nowadays because if you get your keyword research wrong, right, you can pump out articles. We have the tools to do it now, but you need to do the preliminary work really well so you know you're shooting in the right area. But nonetheless, the keyword research on plant guides, right, for things like philodendron here, it's a wide open space. There's a lot of opportunity. And here's what's cool. We're talking about structure. We're talking about preliminary keyword research. Every plant has a defined structure, the taxonomy, right? The kingdom, it's a plant, and all these different things, the order, the family, the subfamily. So because of this, you're able to have a very defined methodical website structure. We talk about topical structures, clusters. If you saw the video previously on lollipop websites, on crystal websites, plants have a built-in taxonomy, built-in clustering method. It makes our lives easy. The game plan is this: hundreds of articles, plant care guides. And the cool thing about a plant care guide is that they're pretty uniform. We're going to use a blanket technique. You go over this in the masterclass. There's sniper templates, there's blanket templates. If you do a blanket template, you can have really high scalability. And I'm going to show you exactly what we've done with Bonsai Mary. So coming back to the custom article workflow, we need a keyword to put in here. This is what the whole article references back to. So this is how it works. Every header that we input references back to the main keyword. So everything is relative upon main keyword. And furthermore, every header references every other header so that it doesn't do cannibalization. That's why this tool is so insane. Like I said, simple input, complex output. But what we have here is I have a care guide template. This is a blanket template. I've gone through and done my 80-20 on this. Right here is the plant care guide about the weeping fig. I don't want to talk about the weeping fig, right? It's what is the weeping fig, genus, species, its appearance, how to grow it. But I've told ChatGPT, please change all instances of weeping fig to philodendron pink princess. And all of a sudden, I have the same template, the same exact template, but just for a different plant. And that's the beauty of this specific niche. If you're in a different niche, it's going to be much harder. You can do it. You certainly can do a blanket template. In fact, I recommend it because it scales so well. But nonetheless, we grab all of these. We're going to come over here and push it here. That's all you have to do. What is this? How to do this? These will all be H2 headers. You will go back in and push down to H3 as needed. But what I want up here as the primary keyword is that. Everything. As the tool writes it, you'll know when I'm doing philodendron pink princess soil requirements, this is based upon a care guide. And don't talk about light or potting because we already have that stuff in here. Now we come to the fun part. We can pick a style. I like opinionated. Article length, we could do 4, but here's additional keywords. This is super cool, right? LSI keywords. Let's jump into this. So here's my current method to inject keywords into the article. It's pretty simple, right? When you think about it, I go to Google, I type in the primary keyword. I want to know who my competition is, right? I'm going to control click on different ones, 3 of them. And what we can do, we can use a tool, Harpa AI, fairly simple, right? Come up here, click this button. And what we're going to do is / and we need to do, I believe it's the extract. I have some custom ones here, but their basic extract one is really nice. Check this out. Let's find it first. The one problem I have with this tool is that it's sometimes hard to find things. I'm sure there's an easier way to do it. So let's see here. Extract and research SEO keywords, and it's going to roll. So pink princess philodendron, of course. Care tips, good. So LSI keywords. So this is showing us, okay, this actual keyword care tips is in here. But if you really care, you could consider propagation or social media or soil. I might include care tips in the article. That would be a good one. Variegation, okay. The one I'm seeing here is care tips. I'm going to go with that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy it and we're going to push it over right here. Now what we're going to do is come to the other website and we're going to just do it again. We're going to do Harpa. We're going to do this. Come down, extract, boom. Let's see what this page has. So we're taking the top 3 pages. We're seeing what their number 1 keywords are. Is there similarity? Okay, care and care tips. So care tips is a good one. We're going to keep care tips. Variegation, soil, propagating. Those are different topics. Pest and plants. Good. Let's just do it one more time. Come up here. Harpa AI. Very good free tool right now. I do input my key because I think it does cost tokens if you want to roll with it, if you don't want to get throttled, which I use this tool every day. Let's see the keywords here. Is there anything out of the blue, right? Anything crazy? You can also, so plant care, that's nice. I kind of like that. So let's do that. You can go over here and look at LSIs, but I like these primaries for here. And what we do is merely hit create article. Now, as we let that cook, I want to be very clear on why this is so important. If you can create an article, whatever niche you're in, right, and you can dictate the headers, the exact headers, these exact words will show up in the article. This is crazy because we've been relying on AI tools that, just randomly insert headers. And as you can see, it works. All the traffic, right? We can jump to the traffic. Where did it go? Right here. That was based upon the quick article workflow. Now, I'm very hopeful now that I can determine the exact structure, the exact headers of an article, the exact words that are the most important words, right? Title, H1s, H2s, metas. I can determine all of this now. The rankings should improve, and the scalability and the interlinkability, if that's even a word, is going to be way better. Now, I'm going to show you the secret of this website, right? The traffic here, very interesting. It says April 8th, so that's almost a month and a half ago, not even. We have up to 55 clicks. Wow, it's showing really good. But here's the secret. I bought this domain as an aged domain. Look here, the DR is 26. It has some pretty massive backlinks when you look here, Wikipedia being one of them. And how I purchased this was fairly simple. I spent probably 3 hours searching around on something like expireddomains.net. It is what I used, in fact. But there's services such as Otis. I've talked to them. I might become an affiliate of them one day. I don't know. I want to learn more about their offers. But they have websites here you can buy. You can click in one and you can learn. It's 15 years old. It has this many referring domains. What you pay is this. You can do much of what they do, just not in a pretty way, on expireddomains.net. But that's the secret of this website. I wanted to see if I could resurrect an aged domain that had juice and keep it in the same niche. Remember, it's Bonsai Mary. This website literally used to be about bonsai, right? The DR is 26. As you can see with this graph here, as it propagates, the traffic used to be considerable. Organic traffic, 4,000. Is that, let's see here. Yeah, that's a lot. They're doing pretty darn good. But now we're building it back up. We're at 55, and this is all based upon AI content, right? So let's see if this is done. Here we go. This is the custom article workflow, the care guide that we put together. Look here. Very nice. Every header, as you can see, is exactly like we requested. And it's a bulk of content. This is probably 6,000 words, and it's exactly what I want to talk about, exactly how I want to structure my articles. Furthermore, and we're still working on this feature, the keyword phrases, remember I told you? So care tips, as we injected it up here, is in the article 22 times. Plant care is in it 16 times, but you can click here, and I could do a list. I could actually import a list of different URLs, and it would randomly inject them into each care tips. Now, furthermore, what I want to do, what we're going to do eventually, is you'll be able to type in, the best pots for indoor plants here. Click a little button, and it only shows up once in the article. You'll be able to come down here, click on it, put your internal link, good to go. So this article right here can go head to head with, I would reckon, any article regarding the philodendron pink princess. When you look at the actual stuff, it's talking about the actual content. So that is how I've taken a website. I've bought an aged domain. A lot of what matters today is this. Check this out. Listen to this if you don't hear anything else. We have the tools to create so much content right now. But what matters is you prepare yourself to create that content. The preliminary work is what matters the most now. It used to be you grind. Good for you. You wrote 60,000 words in a day, in a month, but now I can do that in a day. Right? It used to be you can grind it out, your thumbs up, great job. That's no longer the case. Anyone can do that right now. Even non-English speakers have tools like this, and it's great English. The competition has broadened in a big way. What matters is how you structure your websites, how you structure your content, and exactly what you're talking about. and using tools like this. As this comes out, it's not available to the public yet. Only masterclass members will get it initially, and then it will be behind a paywall. But this is the preliminary work. We go over techniques on how to create these templates. This is where the money is. If you can do this right, your website will rank higher and higher. So anyways, if you like this, make sure to sub to the channel, right? Like the video, share it, shoot out messages. Make sure to comment if you have a question. I'm pretty accessible online too. You can always go to jessecunningham.seo.com, check me out, send me a message. We do consultations with businesses, bloggers, all kinds of things. So just hit me up and I'll see you on the next one.